It's very exciting. I'm gonna turn on... Oh, blonde woman is Garuda. Huh, I thought she was Shiva. They all look like amazing. Get the in-game music up. By the way, if we have an angry cat on the stream today, that's because her vet food is done, and she is now currently really pissed off at me. Oh, Shiva is not known yet. Exciting. Well, we have 5.1. I'm gonna make sure everything is gonna up and working. All right. But yeah, so if we get a pissed off cat, that's the reason. I had some wet food for her, and then my husband was home for a few days, and I think he gave her some wet food, so I didn't realize we were out. So when I went to give her this morning, there was nothing, and she has not forgiven me yet. She might forgive me one day, but not right now. So she's laying there with my back, like with her back to me, just really, really annoyed. It's like poor kitty. Well, hello, Tataru. I see you have your book, your summoning book. Are you gonna summon in your carbuncle? It's nice to see her back in her old outfit. Right. Tataru seems eager to make up for lost time. I am eager to figure out what has been going on. Also, the Empire was like planning a whole thing because we were away. Now we're back. We're about to like ruin the day. Melicity, gosh, it's good to see you. I hope your being here means you've had your fill of rest. More than my fill. No, more of a action person. Well, you certainly earned it. Not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet the helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. We've been exchanging messages with the Orsian Alliance throughout though. They say the fighting has finally stopped at Gimlik Dark, and that the Empire show no sign of movement. Which means we might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First? Great! Oh, and if you don't mind, I would like to ask Flamina to join us. You want to know what happened to Minfilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet you on the terrace at the House of Splendors. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go tell the woman her daughter is dead again. Like, permanently very dead. Which I don't like. Because every time she gets, like, even an inkling of hope that she might get her daughter back, it's like, no! She has been murdered. Or in this case, given up her everything for Reen. I wish I could just bring Reen to her, so she could meet her. But oh well. Such is life. Trying to get my like coat to be like I want it to be. It's been really warm the last few days, and then suddenly, like this weekend, it just got super cold. So my body does not know how to deal with it. I'm trying to wear something warm. I can be comfy. There we go. Oh, there. Did she not want to meet me at the balcony? Yeah. Hey, Flamina. Melicity. My, it has been too long. Tataru didn't mention that I would be joining you. Did she not? Yeah. Thank you. Words cannot well express how I have longed to know more of the First. This world Minfilia has sacrificed so much to save. But come, rest your feet. Tataru should be arriving shortly. Let me just tell you, the Minfilia is like super dead and has been dead for like 100 years. And so Menphilia chose to pass on her gift to the next oracle. This girl who Thancred named Reen? There was such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. Well, to be fair, she had like that, or I think give up her body. So that or die. In that respect, they're quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Melicity, might I ask a favor of you when next you return to the First? Tell Reen what I cannot. To tell her thank you. And I would offer thanks to you as well for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but could I have a word? Oh, hey, I haven't seen you for a long while. Riol, I hope you're here to tell me you received word from our helper. I wish, nay, I've not had a peep out of him, and it's been a good long while now, too bloody long, on account of which I'm going to sneak over the border and see if I can get a signal for him to close up. For closer up. But what if they catch you? Then it must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I should have no trouble picking me way through Gimlet now and fighting. Now the fighting died down. Gosh, no, there's enough shadow to hide in. And I bet waiting around here twiddling my thumbs any road. I just thought I'd let you know. Now I would best be. I nearly forgot. Cry let the stone and see what's the word. Something to do with the patient. He was getting ready to examine them again when I left. Oh. He passed it back then. I'm sure it's important. That doesn't bode well. Something wrong with the patients? I think it's unlikely that they found a way to wake them up so far. It kind of feels like we're gonna be more involved in it. Also, like we haven't finished the raid. Where we're like fixing the empty. It seems he's still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad. I hope so too.
You're here. Good.
Voice acting. Hey, Cry.
So, how are they?
Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
Sounds ominous.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed. Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
So it depends on how long they've been in the First.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
Well, leave it to me.
Thank you.
But where's she even supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct?
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna kill him, though.
Raha always was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along. His plan might well have worked, but I for one am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer. There is another way, I am sure of it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch. Pray return to the First and apprise him and the others of the situation. We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
That's fair enough. I noticed two people here. Isildur and Alian. So, I finished recording and editing my first story of the Warrior of Light, where we go to Sastasia. We meet Isildur and Alian there for the first time. Didn't realize how long they've stayed with us. A pleasure to see you, Melicity. I cannot well imagine what sort of world the first is, or adventure she had, but that you have returned to us safe and sound is a great comfort. Not that I expected any less, but it's good to see you home and unharmed. I am pleased to report that Arnvald and his fellow primal hunters have upheld the peace while you've been away. Yeah, they're very stalkery. What do you say, Creel? Don't you worry, Melicity. Matoya and I will think of something. Take care over in the First, Melicity. We're counting on you and the Crystal Exarch to bring our friends home. Sure. Off to the Crystarium then. Hopefully we can find a way to bring our friends home. It's an unfortunate situation they find themselves in. Which way? This way. So many blue quests everywhere. I quite enjoy that, like, the crystal city, the crystarium, like a correct sky. Though it looks obviously better with stars. But it's nice that we actually have the ability to fully change the world. That is part of the story, to make these huge visual changes. Ah, Melicity, your return. I hope your time in the sword was suitably restful. But, of course, it wasn't. Go on. Well, my friends might be dying, so help. Their corporeal ether shows sign of instability. By the gods, the possibility never even occurred to me. If you have returned in the hope that my research has yielded a solution, I fear you will be sorely disappointed. It's but a mercy we have the likes of Mistress Kryl and Master Matoya to keep our friends' bodies safe while we wrestle with the problem. But they cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come the other must be told. So, if it separates completely, does it mean like they can never return? Or does it mean they're just gonna die? And if the body dies in the first, does the soul die here? Like, how does this work? Where is everybody else? Like, no, Thancred is obviously in the waste, but still, he should arrive. There's Urianger.
Pray excuse my late arrival.
Will Thancred and Reen not be joining us?
Nay, milady. With apologies to all, they beg leave to pursue their investigation of the empty to its conclusion. Should matters here demand their presence, however, they did assure me that they would make themselves available.
Yes, of course. Then let us proceed. I think it best that you begin by providing a summary of Mistress Kryl's findings.
You're all fucked. That's the summary. I think we're all just in really bad shape. Like, we have problems that I don't understand.
I suppose it was only to be expected that some change would occur.
Yet our souls seem unaffected, to my eye at least. How long they will remain so is another question. Kryl is right. It is imperative we find a way to return to the source.
Perhaps an explanation of the method by which I brought you here will yield some inspiration. Ere I begin, it must be noted that I am by no means a gifted mage. In order to employ powerful magics, I must rely upon the Crystal Tower and its boundless reservoirs of energy. The magic that summoned you was no exception. 'Tis a singular spell, adapted through painstaking effort from the technique that transported me to the first. To use an analogy, it works by cutting a hole in the fabric of reality. A hole tailored to the object of summoning, through which it and it alone may pass unscathed. Though I succeeded in creating said hole, I failed to latch onto my intended target. Instead of you, the spell found those close to you, and ended up summoning them in their incomplete state.
Well, they definitely would not fit through a hole my size, that's for sure.
I would not soon throw my life away, not after the lengths you and yours went to save it. And so long as I breathe, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. But should all else fail, and your lives be at stake, there remains one sure method.
Oh, no. How about no?
Oh. What was that for?
Are you being an idiot?
How can you even entertain such thoughts? You owe your life to the Warrior of Light, and you don't get to die unless she says so.
Your followers await your divine judgment.
What did you just...
I love that animations are
If
so
the
much
two of
better
you
in
have
this
finished,
expansion.
Perhaps we could return to our discussion? Rather than dwelling upon the multiple failed attempts at transference, I think it would behoove us to focus on the solitary success. I would draw your attention to the fact that our friend can travel between worlds possessed not only of her body and soul, but her personal effects besides. This is no different from the teleportation magics to which we are all accustomed. Magics that allow for the transportation of those inanimate objects one considers to be an extension of oneself.
Are you suggesting that simply by considering us her possessions, she could carry our souls back to the source upon her person?
Well, it would be nice if things were that simple for a change.
That would actually be really neat.
But vague notions of ownership seem a rather tenuous thing to stake our lives on. So much as a moment of doubt on her part and we'd be left floating in the rift.
Milady hath the right of it. The requisite fixity of belief would be too much to ask even of our friend. Yet were we to immure our souls within an object in her possession, mayhap then our safe passage could be assured. White auricite would, I believe, serve as a suitable vessel for this purpose. It was conceived to imprison the massy soul of an Ascian, and should house one of ours with relative ease.
But how do we take the soul out of the auricite and into your body?
To ensure our soul's safe preservation inside the stone, and identify a means by which they might be transferred back unto our vacant bodies.
Soul preservation and transference. I believe I know of someone who may be able to assist us. On the far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain Numo chose to make their home there soon after. Though they have long lived as a recluse, they once occupied a place of honor in Verbert's royal court, and it is said that none in all of Norvrant is more knowledgeable than they on matters of the soul.
Well, I've no objection to seeking a helping hand, but if they've gone to such lengths to hide themselves away from the world, what makes you think they'd be willing to lend us one?
A worthy question. Years ago, I myself tried and failed to solicit their cooperation in the battle against the Sin Eaters. No sooner had I begun to make my plea than they unleashed a swarm of their familiars upon me. Unlike me, however, you have curried favor with the Fae folk. By that merit alone, I am hopeful that they would grant you an audience.
I mean, Elsa could always summon my branch.
But if their knowledge might feasibly facilitate your return home, we have to try.
I mean, she is angry enough, I think, to just get cooperation from pretty much anybody. Not to mention, she's like king of the Fae, so... Right, I'm just gonna take the money. Now, do I get something good? This is... weapon... item level 500. Ooh. Oh, that's a big jump. Yes, please. Please be pretty. Please be pretty. Please. Please be pretty. God damn it. What is that? That is a weather vane. I don't know how to react to that. Why is my weapon a weather vane? Like, what the hell? Okay. I'm sick and tired of the Exarch attempt at selfless sacrifice. If he suggests dying one more time, I swear I'm going to grant him his wish. A mage of surpassing skill living a life of seclusion. Now where have I heard that before? One can only hope they're more receptive to unsolicited visitation. Points in the direction of fashion sense, so away from me. The new Moy seems as a welcoming folk in Ilmeg. What do you suppose could have driven this one to a life of seclusion? This is probably like this world's version of Master Matoya. It's said the kingdom of Voivert was once home to a realm greatest knight and magic both. To command a place at the royal court, the New Mao who we seek must needs have been a mage among mages. Yeah, it's like their version of Master Matoya, except he has a fluffy tail. Oh, that looks pretty. The Grand Cosmos, that is the palace we seek, standing on the opposite shore of the source. I will arrange for a boat to carry us there. Whilst thou journeyest hither, I think it's best that I devote my energies to the creation of white Orside. By thy leave, of course. The process requires no small amount of time, and should the New Mao consent to lend us their aid, we will have need of suitable vessels ere long. Sounds like a plan? Agreed. Then I would ask the rest of you to meet me in Sullen, and do be prepared for a warm reception. I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not. Oh, you can stand there? Pray join the other in Sullen, as you turn my thoughts to the other side and appraise Tancred and Reen of our progress. Oh boy. Oh, we're going like down there. Oh, I'm sorry, Orange, I did not mean to walk under your skirt. Slightly too much of a personal connection there. Very personal. Let's see. So glad I can fly here. I'm slowly working my way through the areas of doing the side quests. I can fly here and I can fly in Ilmek, but nowhere else. That's because I'm doing the side quests and stuff. And then a lot of the blue quests I think I'm gonna do on stream. I like the blue quests that unlock things like trials and raids and such fun stuff. Giant iguana. I just think it's kind of funny that a lot of games, their solution of making new enemies is just taking something that exists and make it very, very big. Fallout, for example, they use all the bugs, which is disgusting. Oh, Abe! How you doing? Are you looking nice? Very chill. I was relieved to hear the Exarch intends to arrange for a boat to carry us across the lake. And not that I would be opposed to swimming, mind you. Alfina, we all know you don't like swimming. We are all very proud you can swim, honey. Like, you have proven your swimming ability so well. We're all super proud. Nobody wants to swim that far, don't worry. Yes, the Exarch said to prepare for a warm reception at the palace. Let's hope it's more cordial than his last visit. What are her familiars? Fireballs? He said the palace is on the opposite shore, but I see nothing on the horizon save empty sky. Curious. I love your glasses. They look so nice. Oh, look at the carbuncle. So fluffy. Right. Let's go across. Okay, this music sounds like the visit is not gonna be very cordial at all. As I told you before, I had scarcely set foot on the palace ground when I was sat upon by a host of familiars, and I expect our reception today to be no different, which is why I propose we march through the main gate, weapons drawn. I'm sorry, but are we not here to petition for assistance? We can't honestly think barging in looking for a fight is going to persuade them. Actually, I believe the Exarch may have the right of it. They have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into their creation, where I am. I should be most interested to meet with those who would overcome my defenses. Whatever you do, never look at Carbuncle online. It's not cute and fluffy. Why? How can something so cute have us share a name with something so hideous? Don't Google that. Googling that is a mistake. Yeah, no. As with any true seeker of knowledge, and there is little way we can say or do to convince them to help us, but we know nothing as of their character, nor less why they choose to hide themselves from the world. But if we can seize their interest, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. It's worth a shot. Weapons drawn it is then. Though I must say, Exar, you certainly seem to enjoy all of this. You know I'm gonna check if you tell me not to check something. I am curious by nature. Do I? Well, I will not deny that I enjoy the thoughts of fighting alongside you all rather than hazing about inside the Crystal Tower. You both seem to be in rather high spirits, if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised. Your mood invariably improves when Malicity is around. She's gonna smack you. Ah? What exactly are you implying? She averted a calamity, and the light which seems destined to consume her has been extinguished. It's only natural that we'd be pleased to see her. Yes, well, you will have plenty of time to celebrate her good health after we've finished here. Oh, of course. Then let us proceed to the palace. Alright, so this is actually a duty. Oh, I'm curious. I approve of this adventure plate. That looks glorious. Mine sub thou doth not pay it. Well done, Abe. I approve of this adventure plate. It is so good. I would like to go in with other players. It's good. I mean, mine's not that great either. I mean, like, I need to work on mine. It's kind of meh. It works though. We're on a boat. It's a very nice boat. Oh, have you gotten your, like, new emotes? I got, like, silly stuff. I think it was, like, yeah. I don't know. I have so many emotes. I think. Are you going in as a DPS? Yeah, exactly, this one. I think I have to go like F. There we go. I went to the jumping puzzle game at the casino. And there was like a bunch of people who lined up at the end and made sort of like a victory area. It was so cool. So you just had a line of like golden stars. This place looks really nice. That looks slimy. Okay. Our tank is not wearing a shirt. Okay, this place could be really cool for some G-poses. Okay, holy spam. Heads up. Make sure everybody's online. You gotta keep on spamming holy. Why are you dying? Dude. Oh. Wrong thing. I get my abilities. It's been a while since I last got to heal anything high level. What was this again? This is Asylum. Yes. Huh. Okay, I think I got this sorted. I basically rearranged my bars the last time and now I'm really confused. Because my muscle memory is thinks it's pressing other buttons than it is. Let's get this off me. Are you dying? Stop that. By the way, if we die today, it's only because I'm literally armed with a weather wing. I'm not appropriately equipped for this dungeon. Seeker of Solitude. Yeah, this is giving like a massive Master Matoya vibes. We got the brooms and everything. Oh. Okay. I wasn't quite prepared for the brooms there, but... Just make sure we aren't swept away. Please be something good. That's not even for me. Trash. Whoa. Oh, this place is so pretty. Oh, why can't I live here? What? None of this is for me. Why are we getting all the magical DPS stuff? I was gonna say we don't have a magical DPS, but then I looked at Abe and yes, we actually do have a magical DPS. This is such a weird creature. It's like a flower spider. Just mistakes made by nature completely. That place is so pretty. It's amazing they make places like this and it's for a dungeon. Like, I should be permitted to go here for a tea party or something. Oh, don't die, don't die, don't die. This one? I've lost one of my abilities. No, it's over here. Okay, I know what it is. Then it's okay. For a second, I thought a size was missing. Oh, I can come here? And that is nice. I do like the song they picked for the fights in this dungeon. It's nice. It's a good choice. What the hell? Oh. There you go. There you go. I guess we have to have the seeds not in fertile ground. That makes sense. Good song. Oh, we're all going for the same one. Oh, because he he lose them? Makes sense. Am I a terrible person if I say I really appreciate this type of boss model? I can't really complain when the boss is also really nice to look at. James is also very dead, but you know, he looked nice while he was alive. That's... Is it any kind of upgrade? No. Oh, it's such a pretty place. Also, it has to be done. I cannot go splash in the fountain. This is travesty. They have water and I cannot splash in it. Oh, Tech, why are you dying? Did you not see I had to go splash in the fountain? And then I got betrayed by it, and now all is just wrong in the world. Okay. Dude, you have to stop dying, please. I was gonna say, like, use your mitigation, but I saw he was actually using it. It was just... Oh, my nose is so stuffy. It's terrible. Let's blow my nose after this dungeon. Oh, hey! Like... Ghost... Staff? Huh. And ghost guests. That is a lot of things. Oh. And remember, I do have a job to do. Don't just look at the art, even though the art is lovely. So, I'm gonna do this to save my ass over here. There we go. Like, imagine being so rich that you can, like, have art on the walls, like, all over. So I feel like placing them up there feels kind of wasted of good art pieces, because you can't really see them that well. Though that's, I guess, still how they used to do it, or still do it. I come from a country where our historical buildings are houses made out of stone, grass, and a little bit of wood. Mostly grass on the roof. Don't really do that, like, do the whole castles and manor stuff. Which is a shame, because when you go to these old castles and stuff, it looks so cool. I used to go with my dad when I was little. I would visit him in Finland, and he would take me to, like, old fortresses and castles, and it was the coolest thing ever. Especially once we went to a castle somewhere, and our guide was dressed in, like, old outfit. And I remember just looking at her and go, like, that should be my job. I want to just be dressed up like a princess every day. Though, like, think based on my knowledge today, I'm pretty sure she was dressed up like a servant, but I think 8-year-old me did not. draw much of a distinction between servant and royalty. Oh, we have a ballroom! That gives me like flashbacks to some interesting ballroom fights in WoW's latest expansion. Why? You've sullied these halls long enough. Come, Lucas, our guest yet won't for company. What is this thing? Well, this is a warm welcome indeed. I love the dancing animation. So pretty. This place is so pretty. We have a... Oh. Why does the furniture have... like... attack boxes? Oh, shoot! There was not a lot of time to like deal with that. I'm just gonna... zap. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die, we're all gonna die. This... Hey, you can rest me? Okay. Yeah, I think resetting this is a good thing. Please kill me faster, Mr. Lucas. Oh, I'm standing in like health stuff. Thank you. Blue flame equals go to furniture. Dodge the rest and avoid being close to furniture. Okay, this one is gonna be hard. Everything happens so fast in it. What am I supposed to do though when I get to the furniture? Am I supposed to stand on it? Oh, the broom's talk. I'm insulted that on this table is no cake. Because I feel if I was going to like a really fancy dinner like this, there has to be cake. You burn it. Okay, so I burn the furniture. Okay. I know he's gonna do this like down the middle of the room thing first. There we go. Spread out. Stay away from these. Okay, there is for... Okay. I'm at chair. Oh, and now we have to stay away from it. Okay. Next time I have something blue, I'm gonna go to the drapes here to the left. Oh, why did you die like that? Oh boy. Oh, he lit the curtains on fire. Well, we don't have any curtains anymore. And next time I'm going with piano? Sofa? Oh no. Wait. Ow! You suck! Thank you, Abe. Why are the candelabras down on the floor? Oh, I completely forgot to do the fire thing. What if I... There we go. Okay. I am so low on mana. So... Oh, I guess I'm number 4. Ow. Okay. Is this the... I don't know what the ability that is like suicide by the Dark Knights looks like. One mana. Be on the side. Okay. Oh, hey, Mr. Crow. Happy to see you here. Well, this was a very warm welcome. Very, very fiery warm. Okay, I'll talk to my friends in a second. Let me just... I'm gonna mute myself for a second. I need to cough. Alright, that's better. What do you say, twins? We best leave the negotiation to Alfino and the Exarch. Phew. Too fast. Too fast. Phew, I'm glad for that to be over and done with. Now they have little choice but to hear our plea. Whereas now we have... something? Perhaps now we have afforded ourselves an audience? Maybe. Is this... like, that thing doesn't look like an Umoi at all. Maybe it's like a really ugly helmet she's wearing. Or they're wearing, or...
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
You don't look like a Nomoi at all. Not one bit. Oh, thank God. Okay. That looks... That's better.
Backlook, 'tis good to see you again after all these years. And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
He emphasized the beg.
Shake? Beg?
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men. You are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion.
Their dog face. Oh. Oh, that's why they like serving so much.
Mo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
Oh, wait. Shake, beg, sit. These are all documents. Heal is the most obvious one.
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again.
We get her dog treat.
That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety.
Oh.
Oh, you know not what you ask of me. What horrors my knowledge has wrought.
They would never misuse it.
You wish only to save your friends? Nothing more?
Nothing more. Just don't want them to die.
Do you swear it?
Swear it!
Oh.
Game's gonna force me to betray her, isn't it?
Oh, very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
That actually went better than I expected. What do you say, Halfie? There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Bagluk. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't had to resort to using such words when treating with them. I have ever sought convince, not compel. Yet I cannot deny that a part of me is glad Urianger shared his knowledge of the Numoi with us. Had he not, Bagluk wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. The keeper just waiting would only add insult to injury. Indeed. Oh! That's one big mouth. Very long. Alfina looks just about ready to leave you behind. We mustn't tally here any longer, Majesty. If Bagluk is here, the truth of our travel in the first is to hear the truth of our travels in the first. You of all people should be present. Yeah. That's like a ridiculously long mount. Oh, poor thing though. We weren't very kind to them back there. I would still love to see like one of them get really happy, then they thump the ground with their tail. Because that's what my in-laws dogs do. One of them is quite old, so she sleeps inside, and it's so cute because he lays... Well, like both of them sleep inside, but he sleeps inside the main house. They're farm dogs, basically. So when she's laying there in the entryway, when I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, she's gonna be laying there, and then you hear like a toof, 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 when her tail is like slapping the floor. It's so cute. So, we are explaining.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
Indeed.
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true.
That's one hell of a story to drop on her.
It sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own. And your soul is the densest of them all.
Exactly, there's something different about us. Are we a soul that was never split?
Were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrant would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrant are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will.
I really do
will
like
see
their
my knowledge
species.
put to good use for a change.
They're very logical and very fair when it comes to
I
trade.
do have one condition, however. I am not the spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
Doesn't sound so bad. I wonder how we're gonna test this. Are we gonna like put one of the souls into an Orside and then take it out again? Did you happen to notice the magic brooms strewn about the grand cosmos? Uncanny. Right? We found this world's version of Master Matoya. Peg Luke has a fine eye, though we have yet to begin. I rather think the Exarch was right to call on them. I sometimes forget we're not truly here in the first. It will be good to be whole again. Fortunately for us, Peg Luke is of a mind to see you and your fellow science justly compensated for your effort. It is lovely. But yeah, by doing some side quests, I did accidentally insult one of them by trying to pay it extra. You have spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? Yes, so now we have to explain the concept of White Orsite. White Orsite, you say? An intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as consequence of having maintained tangible form for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their soul within the Orsite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force a soul into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our soul dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your soul constantly draws ether from your surrounding. This process must be halted, and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. They are primals. My friends are primals. Oh my god, my friends are primals. If they're drawing ether from the surrounding area, they're basically like mini primals. It's amazing how that keeps on coming back up. Your mind would ultimately be separated from the fox bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Sounds unpleasant. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn at the journey's head, corrupted by the sin eaters, their ether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see those unfortunate individuals? Why do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I've seen their condition firsthand. Then I would be glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for all of us to accompany you. While you escort our guest for the inn, I will assist Urian J in creating the requisite oversight. I believe my talents would be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist back Luke as necessary? Yes. Oh, I get to take the twins. Let us make for Amareng then. I wonder if the boy is still alive. What do you say? It pains me that there are those who yet suffer despite their victory over the light. We must hope a way can be found to help both them and our friends. Urianger is more than capable of creating the Odyssey on his own, but if aught should go awry, I would be on hand to assist him. I wonder, now that we have actually stopped the light though, have their condition maybe stopped, so they're not getting better but they're not getting worse? That would be progress. I could also see them though being in even more danger now if people found out about where they are, because they could become afraid and want them all dead so they don't turn into void senators. Hello. Oh, you're mumbling. That's something. So this is Halrik, is it? Yes, his ether balance leans perilously towards the light, towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He will become a sin eater. You don't know that. We defeated the Warden and banished the light from the night sky. Halrik was completely unresponsive before, but now... Now he mumbles. Then, perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Oibert. Then, for far darker purposes. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it. But for their sakes, I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Hey, if it helps. Oh, so I'm supposed to just go treat them? Hello, Toden. Toden stares blankly at you. It would seem the tonic had no effect. Ponil? What is this warmth I feel in my chest? Okay, that had some effect. And somebody over there? Does it depend on how far they're gone? I feel warm, and my legs, they don't feel as heavy. Okay, so it does help a little bit. But, like they said, it's not a cure. It just lessens the situation, I guess. But probably just temporarily. Now then, have you noted any changes in the patients? A noticeable rise in body temperature and increased motor function, in most of the patients at least. The more severely afflicted showed no response. As I feared then. It's true that with the restoration of night, the corruption influence of the light will no longer grow. And yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time. But this holds true only for their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Halrik, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. A fine reward for his persistence. The opportunity to mourn the life he never had the chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petition your aid, but do you think it possible we can find a way to hasten the recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it's impossible that in treating them we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. I would very much like if we treat them that this place could stop existing. Corporeal and incorporeal ether. I confess I have never had cause to make the distinction. Did they just say what I think they said? Might there really be a way to help Halric and the others? And help ourselves in the process? Okay, Beck Luke is ready to speak of the metaphysical. We're going like scientific here. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past. That I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Voibert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administer to the patient here is one of the fruits of my labor. I hope to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my lawless brought only suffering, a plague, the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. But now you have a chance to redeem yourself. That I do. A comforting thought indeed. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a mean by which we might revitalize these people in corporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the sky still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They're able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magic we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that is needed to be done, if that's all the same to you. Whatever regents must be procured or spell invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of water and finest of clays, as well as fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar would help the patients, fine. Alphino, the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. Oh, you don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they will be willing to help us. It does not sound thrilled. Fine. We'll pay a visit to Ilmeg, though I never thought you would be one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Faefolk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the new Mao of Plan Annie. They will be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? I wonder what game we're gonna play with the fairies. Oh, am I gonna have to get the clay? Oh, that's no fun. I wanted to play with the fairies. There still remains the matter of clay. Might they prevail upon you to find it? Sure. I'll get the clay. Clay from Amaring would likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? I would ask the miners at Fine. Yes, they will be able to point you in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if there is aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. Sadness. So many quests around this area. I wanted to play with the fairies. It's not as much fun if I don't get to play with the fairies. I wanted to see what they did to the twins. But no. I get to go talk to the miners. Hey, Magnus. Melicity, well, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you took to Nabadreng. The trolley was not trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of his leftover building material from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Chainas. He seemed pretty keen on the idea I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to sell all the goods we could do. To see all the good we could do with it. You're entering to your dream, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guest with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Melicity here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it that you need, friend? I need clay. Just clay. Preferably good clay. I see. And this familiar requires clay from Amareng? Well, look no further. If anyone can find some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Vera mines to make adobe bricks. Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than look there. I can't believe I'm the one fetching clay. I could have been fetching Phalanx. Stay safe out there, and remember, you don't need an excuse to come and visit us. You want to be on your guard at the mines. Spend too long peering at the ground, and a coyote is sure to come and bite you on the arse. Sounds about right. I still say a trolley with a Talos is a good idea. You agree, don't you? Sure. I mean, it doesn't hurt to experiment with the Talos, I think. I can't fly here. Shame. Well then. We'll just run. There's nice music here. Somebody doing the quest line? Oh, let's not fall. You can imagine walking these tracks could be so dangerous, like one wrong step and you're gonna trip over and break your face. Good. Hey, coyote. Okay, over there. Can I help you? Porus Rakos. That's the name. I'm gonna summon Katla to make me deal with my new friends here. Okay, we found some clay. There should be more. I hope they played a really boring game with the fairies. So I don't have to be jelly. Because I'm so jealous. I really like the fairies. Oh. Okay, back we go. Hope the twins are back too, and I hope the game they played sucked a lot. It was no fun. Terrible. The worst game ever. Well, they are back. So, how bad was it? The pixies were constantly confusing me with LSA. In jest, I assume. I mean, it's not that as if we look that much alike. We don't look that much alike, do we? That had better be the only thing we need from the pixies, if I have to endure one more prank, so help me gods. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. Oh, Alfie, honey. You have the clay, I take it? Yes. That was just the animation of full-on just defeat. Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and the water. Then heat the mixture with a fey lantern. After that, it will be simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Luke, I have a question. In the event that we had need of the spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halrik and the others have suffered so much and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance the spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Maybe perhaps you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all of Novran more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Melicity? Yeah. Absolutely, she's the best woman for the job. Go do it. I'll give it my all for Halrik or Tasleen. Then we're all of a mind on the matter. Alice shall be the one to conjure the familiar. I'm not gonna say anything that implies like, oh yeah, but if you fail, I'm gonna like fix it. We have to boost up Alice right now and say like, yeah, you're gonna do good. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be perfect. Cat's up. She's staring at me.
Let us begin.
Please work. Please work.
I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean.
How misshapen is it gonna be?
There we are. How's that?
Don't laugh.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
She's gonna murder you, buddy. Yeah, that's
yes, I know
that's the look of
very
like,
funny.
she's gonna kill you.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
Okay.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality!
That's a Porksy. Ooh, bless you.
Not bad for a first attempt.
It's so cute.
Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric.
It's like the most adorable being ever. Would you like to pet the Porksy? I would like to pet the Porksy.
Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Mother, I...
Alright. Well, we've reached half words. Oh, baby. The girl's resolve is quite impressive. One might almost think she drew strength from another. By the 12, though it was only for a moment he spoke, there may yet be hope for these people. How is he, Bagluk? Did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. God, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. Nah, we're so close now, Alric. as you are even now in the process of discovering, this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnation soul has been most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via our side. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Begluk said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Thus that does sound like some of the tempered back at the source. Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in the handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, and know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gabu. Oh, a little... Oh. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halrik, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected ether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? He's the sweetest little thing. I see. His condition does sound similar, yes. There is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this delicate work we do here, work requires patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for patience here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see it through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I would like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Begluk and see if you can make some headway with their newly positive... Posited? With their new theories. I don't know what positive means. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you! That sounds bad. Oh, hey! Kai Shir? What are you doing all the way out here? There is trouble back at Yulmore. Lady Chai is beside herself, sighing, pacing, the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. I take it I will return to the Crystarium alone. Go on then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Begluk. At least they're very understanding. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmore is at stake. Well, she is one to be slightly dramatic, though. Just saying. So it might all be at stake, but it might also just be her being dramatic. The future of Yulmore is at stake, is it? I'll do for them what he can, but keep an eye on Alphino, would you? See to it he doesn't involve himself more than necessary. What could be so urgent for Lady Chai to summon us thus? Yay, Kaisir is anxious to see you and Alphino back to Yulmore. Lady Chai is up in the parlour. Best not keep her waiting, eh? You know what possibly could be going wrong in Yulmore right now? That place was kind of sorted. Everything should be fine. Though, I mean, they might be realizing that they might not be doing so well with dealing with the, like, upper and lower class. That's a really cute outfit. Oh, so that's like an individual hood. Aww, that is cute. Anyway, enough with the clothes. It was the folks over at the Crystarium that told me you'd be down at Björn's head. And lucky for me, you still were. Running around after people is tiring work. Her, basically. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, but though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. I don't know, it feels like it's not gonna be that serious. It might be, and maybe I'm just being kinda mean. You are standing in the rain, lady.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Golg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
He sounds like the most qualified.
He's proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
I don't know, but surely he didn't run away. He's probably just out for a walk.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
So, he probably ran away. We just had to figure out where. Poor man. I do understand though why they would vote for him. He is the best possible candidate. How did the weather get worse? Gales. You know, Yulmore's nothing like I thought it'd be, but somehow I can't picture going anywhere else. The chairs are part of it, I suppose. They've been good to me. Oh, the chais. I only wish there was something more I could do to help them. Exactly, we can check behind the sofa, under the bed. Oh. He might just be, you know, snuggled up somewhere out of responsibility. For all his comforting words, Alvino is plainly troubled by Master Chai's sudden disappearance. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Sure. Wait, he's bound to be somewhere. Or be somewhere we can find him. Hey, Moven, which I think is just Rowena, their version of Rowena. Master Chai. Why yes, I spoke with him recently. Though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerns about Yulmore's neglect of industry, you see. With the Lord Wothry apparently inexhaustible stores of mule and no great need for money, it's a little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assure you, Master Chai, that the Boutique of Splendor will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmore. It seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Your exchange with Mowen has taught you about the stagnant state of business in Yulmore. So, he could have gone to Amareng, or one of like the other heavy business focused places, to start just trying to get some business going. Well, hey, I've made a habit of keeping sweets and tea ready for my dear husband's return. Perhaps more than is necessary. If you should find yourself in need of respite, you're more than welcome to partake of them. Yeah, that is a terrible waste of food. How do I get downstairs again? Here we go. How did the weather get worse? You should have checked your weapon so that you would have seen it coming. Thank you, Stryden. We're going all the way down. I understand why people never leave the top floor of this place. I wouldn't either. I would be terrified of going up or down these stairs because I am quite clumsy, and just one wrong step and you're gonna be rolling for a while. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When last I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concern over the city defenses, among other things. I could have used the Ethernet, yes. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Wothry, and finding General Ranchit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. And not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I propose replenishing our rank with volunteers from the derelicts and Gatetown. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding region of Pelusia as well. And I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for the cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Hey, your exchange with Cornan has taught you about the perilous state of Yulmore's defenses. Trust the ether not to split you in half. You in half in the transport is better than falling down the stairs, right? True. I mean, it is better. Falling down the stairs is painful. Ether splitting me in half, I mean, would I notice? So he's going around trying to figure out like how to sort a bunch of things out. I recall a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts. And you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. He was hung high and low for whatever we can scavenger, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, I thought. Not content with having his ears chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. It looks like he was headed to Gatetown when I last saw him. So, we have learned about like the poor living condition of these people. The ether might miss because I'm too short. Maybe it will just stretch me out. It really does sound like he's taking his job really seriously, and that he definitely has not run away. I think he's just forgotten himself out on a walk trying to figure out all the shit he has to sort out. And has just gotten sidetracked. Any luck? I got nowhere myself, but it sounds like Alfino might have. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue at Master Chai's whereabouts? Well, yes. I found so many things. I'm pretty sure he's actually gone either down to Gatetown or even possibly like to Gatetown and then past it to the nearby settlement. Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? I say, Gatetown is our first chat. With furrowed brow, Alfino carefully considers where best to look next. All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore, but the surrounding settlements. It seems logical then, that having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Melicity, if you would go and make inquiries in right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gaeton, I leave you too, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we finish? Well, Top Rung would seem to be the next most likely destination. I think that would, be like... This makes the most sense. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then. But if not, we will Be well situated. Continue our search. I am really glad he actually did not run away. He's just... He maybe should have told his wife where he's going. We also know he went to talk to the miners. So he's clearly, like, thinking deeply about things. Oh, hello, Hastelot. No, the name doesn't ring any bell, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistel gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to the promises of meal and the chance of a lavish life among the free, and Wathery thought to take even more from us, conscribing the few able-bodied men we have left to guard his paradise. And he didn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Just things that are hard to forgive. But Wathery's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend, Chinus, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Okay, so he's gone on. I hope the man is coming up with some, like, brilliant plan or something. But I do appreciate he's actually trying to do something. Instead of just trying to keep the status quo, he's actually trying to better the lives of everyone, including outside of Yulmore. Which also makes sense, because otherwise Yulmore is gonna fall. They aren't gonna be able to sustain themselves forever. Please get me up there. I guess they didn't find him either. Turns out Master Chai was over in Gate Town too. He spoke to a few of the residents, apparently. They told me they never seen a posh bloke look so miserable. Oh. So he paid a visit both to Wright and Gate Town as well, did he? I see. Cashier and I gleamed much the same. He seemed determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlement of Colusia. The only likely place he has left got to be Amity. Come, if we're quick, we may yet catch up with him. I mean, that does though explain why he's been away for a while, because if he's walking, this is gonna take a bit. I wonder if he's also gone up to the dwarf town. Big angry Talus over there. Leave me alone. I think I'm 3 levels above you. Go away. Hey, I know that purple jacket. Malicity, Alfino, Cashier. What are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? What ever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word, and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose he could have overlooked it, and once he gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai. But since we're here, might I ask what compels you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and from that we have gathered, from the nearby villages, you've been inquiring about people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Clusia. That much is true, but I'm by no means sure I'm the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see. And you believe that resources can be found here? Indeed, the people grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I've already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remained one individual crucial to my plan, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is in itself proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. We do believe in you, Master Chai. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yule Moor. But that dream is gone now, burst like a bubble or a boil more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spend most days in a daze. But you've been running up and down trying to find ways to fix the mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up Mount Gulg, didn't you? How hard could mayoring be? You're going to steer Yule Moor to a better future, I know it. And I want to help, properly help, do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You could be like his assistant. You give me entirely too much credit, a lot of you. But I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yule Moor needs more than a man with good intention, which is why I'm here to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly? And are you certain he's in Amity? Vrenden is his name, and yes, he is, or was. I'd scarcely began to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as a chief advisor to Wothry's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Vrenden was the left, and between them they kept Yule Moor on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him, here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overture out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristol then? As I recall, you made a rather favourable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. Tristol was the one I think Master Chai had thrown out a window. So it's good that we are here. Yep, that is Tristol. According to Master Chai, this Vrenden fellow occupied a position of considerable influence in Yule Moor leadership. Which begs the question, why did he choose to leave? I reckon Yule Moor could learn a thing or two from Amity about standing on his own 2 feet. Then again, so could I. I realize it was me who suggested speaking with Tristol, but who's to say he will be any more receptive than Varendul? Why should any of them give me the time of day? Ah, there's no way to think. Ignore me. Will do. Greetings, friend, and you too, Master Chai. I presume you're here to ask about Vrendel? I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchanges. Yes, well, with Wothry gone, Yulmur wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Renton's counsel in hope that we could build a better Yulmur together. And that is still my wish, but given how abominably you were mistreated here, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmur, and I would not see you suffer for Wothry's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Renton can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deemed less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrong of the Yulmur past is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive. Commit to this course, and prove to him Yulmur has the resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well, Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. I hope that will go well. Despite our previous artistic differences, I do believe Master Chai means what he says. But until he starts believing it, I fear it won't amount to an awful lot. Well, we're just gonna have to, I guess, convince Master Chai of his own plan. Not something you usually have to do, but hey, we can do it. We are a very positive and strengthening person. He should be here somewhere. Oh. You are mourning somebody.
Well, well, it's you again.
We're all so tiny next to him. Damn Rogidins.
Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
I didn't invite them, as it happens. Though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Wothry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Wothry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmur. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Wothry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Wothry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthri. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people. I'd rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office.
You would?
You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Alright, what kind of problem is he supposed to solve? People cannot be brought together on the strength of high ideals alone. This is known from painful experiences. Brenda was right to demand proof of Master Chai's commitment. Imagine it, a Yulmore that even a bloke like me could help to build. It remains to be seen if his word will translate into deed, but I shall endeavour to keep an open mind. Right then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food storage is the most pressing. Ah, yes. Meal being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuff are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers is not likely to contribute much to society. Say violence, perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One addressed the immediate issue of supply and another that of production. Go on. For the present, as Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The village that once served the source of trade for foodstuff must be repopulated, the means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relation with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of that all by yourself, did you? Well, yes, it began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the people of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinus. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet, only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, Brendan, and one to which I have given much thought. I propose the use of a talus to aid the establishment and maintenance of the settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos? But Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plan could be put into effort. Well, as the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, it has just so happened that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. Sure. I can go mining, and we do have like a whole mining place. We also built a gigantic Talos. I think we can build several smaller ones. You had a hand in constructing that giant Talos to the north, did you not? When the Yulmoran volunteer began arriving, I hid myself away, lest I be recognized, thus depriving myself of what I reliably informed was a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. Bugger. The rent in Giza doesn't seem so bad. What was Master Chai worried about? He's got to give himself a bit more credit. Do you see it? There's a fire in Master Chai's eyes that was not there when first we met. A fire we best keep kindled if we wish to see Yulmore change for the better. Indeed. We are going to continue with this quest in about 3 to 4 minutes. We're going to have a quick break right now, and I will be right back with you guys. Alright, I am back. Done coughing up a lung, which was fun. Why is my clothing like all a mess? This is the side. Trying to fix things when looking in the camera is so weird. There we go. Alright. Janus looks of steely demeanor is only slightly undermined by the knocking of his knees. Oh dear. Valentin is quite right. Building talus from scratch would require time we simply do not have. What about, like, all the defective talus which are just wandering about? Which is what he's about to suggest, I think. Which is why I propose to make use of the long-abandoned talus which wander the wilds of Clusia. Yep. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tool required to do so should be at the top rung. Come with me. Very nice. That sounds like a very good plan. And that also makes way more sense. Because building a whole new talus is like a lot of work, but if we only have to fix one, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And depending on like how many talus we need, like there are at least 3 here that we're running past. So that's 1 for each of the towns. See, 4. There's a bunch of these guys walking around. It's just a matter of like how many we can salvage. So, he's an authority on talus, is he? What other surprises could he be hiding, I wonder? You haven't met his wife. She is definitely a surprise. He's very energetic. How do you catch a talus then? Dig a hole and lure it in? I propose violence. It is one thing to repair an immobile talus, and Urianji did, but quite another to catch one, surely. Does this not sound a trifle dangerous? Is anything we do not a trifle dangerous, Alvino? Ah, the old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with dashingly potent insulating powder, capable of halting the flow of ether in a talus. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly. Thus, disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I have said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canister is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the talus ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal of you. He's just walked all here, like on his own. He's gonna be fine. That is may be, Kaiser, but Renton tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm... I can't feel... Oh my god. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth of following, I must lead by example. Well said, Mr. Chai. Hear, hear. Let's not talk him down. He needs to do this. Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I have always preferred living to see the fruit of my labor, and to make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kaiser said, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I will also need you to alert me when it's safe to subdue the talus. Understood? Aye, aye. Good, then let's be off. To the quick way. Through the north gate and see if we can find a suitable vantage point for you. Sounds like a good plan. Oh, they just walked me here, okay. When first he arrived, I could barely hear him over the knocking of his knees. And now this. I'm not sure what's gotten into him, but whatever it is, I like it. There's a little point in us both shouting instructions. Keep him safe, Malicity. Alright, nothing to worry about, just a simple matter of sneaking up to the talus while avoiding the slavering, bloodthirsty beast lurking behind every rock. Child's play. When you're ready, let us begin. Poor man. Either must choice of his nuts, or this means more to him than he's been letting on. This outfit looks stunning. Is this like a summoner only outfit? That's so nice. It even has like a pretty red small bow. Hold on, I'm getting to like look at other people's clothes for a second. And then she has like special gloves on. Yeah. That looks really nice. I'm pretty sure this has to be the summoner like outfit, like the glamour. But man, people make such nice clothes in this game. It's unfair. Keep a lookout for danger and alert Chinos when it's safe to incapacitate the talus. You may move the spyglass. Yes, yes, yes. Should be fine. I must be careful. The Heaven Wars is the Heaven Wars outfit. Oh. Do the thing. Oh, I have to click on you. Let's wait for a bit. Now. I will move out of the way. Okay. I did it! I did it! Let's move on to another talus, shall we? Oh, sweetie. Oh. We have two of them here. I think this should be good. I would be so worried about that thing just falling backwards and squishing him. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. Very good. You may leave the next one to me, Malicity. You gonna do this all on your own? He's gonna fucking die, isn't he? Don't die. This should do it. Now we have all we need to proceed. Pretty good. I'm proud of him. Blimey. Though my heart was going to stop for a moment there, make that a couple of moments. It would seem I misjudged Master Chai. There may yet be hope for Yulmore. Our friend returned with an area scratch. Well done. We shouldn't have returned with any scratches. I was very careful. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. I did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food store showed forethought and sound judgment. What more is plain, your time at Daedalus Stonework has equipped you to lead as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains, I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics. Which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold the talus, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands. Would you not agree? I think so. You should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you have tinkered with the talus and all that, Lady Chai is worried sick. Yeah, we gotta make them come back with us. I wonder if the area around Yulmore is gonna like start changing. Like, we will hopefully see these talos like in the field and stuff. That would be cool.
Right then, form a line and make for Yulmore.
What's that noise? Wicked White! Runaway Talos! Call the guard!
Maybe one of us should have gone ahead to let people know, like, hey, by the way, there are gonna be 3 really big talos walking in here. They're not hostile. Oh gosh.
Stay back! All of you!
Is that... Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see. Dearest, I can't.
Oh, she's gonna fucking kill him. Lady!
Oh, oh dear.
Ooh. It's not good if your hug causes your husband to require a healer.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
To keep that under control, woman.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
Dearest, please!
That is not healthy. Well, he's alive at least. Sorry, it wasn't much help. Still seeing Master Chai go after those talents was something inspiring stuff. I dare say the future of Yulmor has never looked brighter. And it has never had a worse back. Thank you again for finding my husband. I confess I was not expecting your return to be quite so grand. That dear sweet man, he's going to make the most wonderful mayor. I just know it. I'm fine. I just need a moment. That was quite the reception. One Master Chai will struggle to forget. Most seriously, the arrival of the Talus has seized the public attention. Once word is spread around Yulmor, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. Yes, we should do that. Moving forward. No need to fret, Melicity. I have never felt better. And not all of the overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmor. As for where to do it, if we are to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are to assemble there to meet the new mayor. You there, Kaiser, was it? Will you go and inform the residents of Gate Town and the derelicts? Course I will. Good lad. I will let the guard know not to bar the way to Othri's chamber. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming she's available. Might as well see it through to the bitter end, eh? The dormants at the Crow's Lift will show you up. Sounds like a plan. This feels like I'm reaching the end of 5.1, potentially. Like the whole feeling with getting a mayoral speech and everything. Splash. Ah yes, Master Chai told us to expect you. The Emergent is already filled up with people of all persuasion, free and bonded, citizen and non-citizen. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front. Right this way, miss. You can do this. You will be fine. Don't let the woman hug you, though.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? 'Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthry's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthry. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values.
That makes sense. And that's good. Make it clear that he does not plan to rule forever.
No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Forthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new, to what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength for Yulmore!
Please respond to him. Okay. That was really unnerving there for a second. well done. Seeing everyone come together like that, it was beautiful, that was. Now our work can begin in earnest. I very much look forward to seeing this Yule more for the people. Wasn't he simply wonderful? Seeing him take charge of the room as he did. Oh, it reminds me why I fell for him in the first place. The City of Final Pleasures. They used to call this place, back when the world was ending, but now I hope it will become the City of New Endeavors. That was a fine speech. Stir them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all of this, is that change begins with the individual. This is but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Yulmorans can, it shall be an honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget the individual who made all of these changes possible. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism in the very stone upon which the city stands. Please don't. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? I mean, doesn't he just need a desk somewhere? We will not be moving into the emergent areas. It's too big for one thing and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I must prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Ah, yes, of course. Hathan. What? Aye, that's me. I like the speech, but there's folk outside these walls that don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you plan to change that, I want to help set things in motion. Then we've much to discuss. Nice. No sooner do I have taken office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Melicity. I hope to see you again before long. I am so proud of him. I'm so glad he's actually, he's doing this. He's taking it seriously. He's immediately just going into action and doing stuff. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we all have a great deal to consider. I had resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmore's future was secured. But it's clear to me now that the city is in capable hands. I have every confidence they will find their way, and I believe it's time we went on ours. With Master Chai at the helm, if only for the interim, I feel I can bid farewell to Yulmore and return to the source with no regrets. So Alphinaud's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything is changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all of this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friend, in paradise. And that paradise is gone, with something better taking its place. And I reckon I want to be part of it. This Yulmore for the people. Master Chai's been going on about it ain't gonna build itself after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one to which you clung before. and one I am happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I will pray for your success. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. And we get some music. Hey. Alfina wears a satisfied smile, seemingly content with the state of Yulmore. Truly, to see Kaishir thus inspired by her action is inspiring in itself. Yet, however much I may wish to stay and see what comes of this effort here in Yulmore, we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Mayhap Bagluk's studies have borne fruit in our absence? You never know. Okay, those of you who know, how many quests do I have left of 5.1? One. Is that the one I'm currently doing? Or is it like this quest plus one more? Okay, it's the one I'm currently doing. Exciting. It would seem Alisei has yet to return from the inn at Björn's Head. I do hope she doesn't overtire herself. In the course of preparing more Orisite, we made a significant discovery. We thought it best to wait for your return before sharing our findings. My congratulations, Melicity. Glad tidings from Yulmore did precede thy coming. I will see that Thancred and Reen hear of these momentous events, that they too might take joy in what which thou hast helped to bring about. I take it you're ready to resume our work? Yes. Welcome back. We're given to understand the new mayor has taken office in Yulmore. Indeed, our good friend Master Chai was elected by popular vote, and after some considerable soul-searching, chose to accept the post. It is a shame you weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, though I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. But tell me, how fared you in preparing the White Orisite? Our work did not proceed quite as expected. In our absence, we had a frank discussion on the principle of soul transference and concluded at length that White Orisite was ill-suited for our purpose. But Urianger, did you not say that compared to the massy soul of the Asian, the stone could house one of ours with ease? That I did, and armed as we are with Bagluk's invaluable insight, it would indeed prove a trifling matter. Were we to disregard the inviolable link twixt mind and soul, a link which would, we did belatedly realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our soul dormant, as Orisite doth require. Thus the shedding of the flesh simulacra and the surfeit of ether which comprises them would in all likelihood deprive us of our psyches as well. It would theoretically be possible to change your mind into the or channel your mind into the Orisite instead, but we would more than likely sacrifice your soul in the process. Which is why we have to abandon that plan, and instead devote our time to finding a mean by which mind and soul might be transferred together. Then we are no closer to solution than we were when we first began. It is a vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has posted a most intriguing solution. When our discussion turned to the transference of memories and the psyche, I could not help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Melicity, Do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with Doka in Une? That is like really old, but yes. I speak of the royal eye of the Allegan imperial line, gifted to my forebears through the blood and memories of the ancient Allegans. It is by this gift that I am able to control the Crystal Tower. If we were to gain an understanding of the technology by which the Allegans were able to accomplish this transference, perhaps then we could keep mind and soul together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of the soul. That is our current avenue of investigation, and we will follow it wherever so it leads. While we are thus engaged, I think it's best that Melicity return to the source and inform Kryl and the others of our findings. Agreed. I imagine Tatro will be relieved to hear if we made progress of sort. Then I would beg leave to relay our findings onto Thancred and Reen, and to assist where I may in their investigation of the empty. Yes, please do. Should we have need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. Give our regards to Tatru, won't you? Beckluk insists we resume our work forthwith, but I grow weary of the thought. What I would not give for a cup of tea, and perhaps a vanilla tart. With the benefit of our combined knowledge and the aid of the first leading authority on soulcraft, we must surely be able to find a solution. Surely. I pray the link to their bodies in your world will endure a while longer. Should it fail, our effort will be for naught. Mark my word, Melicity, we will unlock the secret of the Allegan Eye and see the other returned home. There was a time when I thought these eyes a curse, you know, but for what they have enabled me to do, and what they may yet make it possible, I see now they are a blessing. Then, off to speak to Tataru. Did I know that things have evolved in an interesting fashion? But we are closer to getting them home. I still have a bad feeling that maybe we're not going to get all of them home. If anybody's going to get stuck, it's going to be Thancred. And I worry about that. But at the same time, I don't know if he would want to leave anyway. But also, what happens to him if his body doesn't make it? Felicity, you're back! How did everything go in the first? Wait, don't tell me. Kryl will be here shortly, and she'll want to hear too. She's just tending to the others. Their bodies, gods, I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. Anyway, he can tell us everything the moment he gets here. Okay, upon speaking with Tataru, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Okay, give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna make sure everything is ready, and then we're gonna watch these. So I will be right back in like 2 minutes. Alright. Are we ready? Please, 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 please make this be voice acted. That would be so nice. I'm gonna assume they are.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Yes. So, how bad is it?
I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly.
Good, good, good.
But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
Yeah. I like that we have like Master Matoya here, and then the first Master Matoya over there.
Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Door opened.
Oh, you're back.
Estinian!
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Oh, I'm so happy to see him.
Estinian! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
Where to begin?
Yeah, that's...
After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelsar. Our goals being apparently aligned,
Basinga, thank you for
we
the
joined
follow.
forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There,
Always happy to get new people.
the man whom all assumed dead.
Yes, I am from Iceland.
But his soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos ye Galvus. Nor did the surprises end there, for no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead.
Oh, thank you.
Gaius into a rage,
I don't have the
recharged
traditional
him with
Icelandic
blade
accent,
drawn.
apparently. Oh, we haven't had good one of these for a while. Ooh. Fancy blade. I'm good, by the way. Oh, I'm gonna have to read this. Some say my accent sounds Scottish or Russian, or it really depends on where people are from. I've seen him in action, his body at least. You will not best him alone. Nay, that will not come easily to that thing. If you would join me then, by all means. Or what good it will do. Black Wolf and the Azure Dragoon. I suppose this might suffice. Come then. I really did not need him to come back to life. It's like he's playing with children. Oh, that is a cool combo ability. Ah, the simple pleasures of one's own flesh. Truly, there is no place like home. Oh, I hate you so much. Abomination! Whatever he is, Malicity was barely a match for him. We stay here much longer. Emperor Varys, your Radiance, are you alright? We may wear out our welcome. Oh, he's gonna be able to blame them for the murder! Your Radiance! No! Wait, Julia? Wasn't that the white one? Must even the most middling of sports be spoiled? The world conspires to bore me. But I have no cause to remain. I leave these vermin to you. Sinners? Oh, he can do the Asian thing. Well, any bright ideas? White one was Livia, not Julia. Ah, thank you. Just one. Oh boy. Ah. She's gonna become important. Felt great listening to the game in my voice. I'm a terrible voice actor, but I hope it's okay. The intruders have taken flight. I repeat, the intruders have taken flight. Deploy all available Magitech armor. We cannot let them escape. But if Estinian is back, where is the other guy? Oh! Oh dear. Okay, what do I have? Alert, alert! Intruders detected in the Imperial Way. Ah, this is gonna be a pain. Okay, I have something. Oh, let me just... Okay. I kinda know how to do this. Gotta love it when I get to play a character and I just make them look so bad. Like, yes! Estinian definitely knows how to fight. I actually do appreciate they only give me like 3 buttons. Go like, yeah, just spam this and use the other one you can, and then we got some healing for you if you mess up. Okay, let's keep moving. Ah, there's no end to them. No, there really isn't. You won't escape, Gaius Belsar. You will pay for your crimes, traitor. Oh, we have 2 women. I was wondering when the Imperial Guard would appear. Focus on the Magitech armor first. Oh, I'm very much engaged. But you'll keep a number in mind. If you know, I will subscribe to you. If you don't, Well, depending on, like, what is the range of the number, though? Damn it! This way, quickly! Are we talking about, like, 1 to 10 or 1 to 100? Or... We make ourselves easy marks by moving together. I suggest we split up. Oh, 0 to 10? 7. I'm taking the low road. I will see you outside. Stay safe. Do I go this way or the other way? I think I go the other way. Yes. But you turn... I only have one guess. Yeah, I know. But 7 just felt like a good number. Now we have to get married? I'm gonna have to, like, talk to my hubby about it. See how it's gonna work out. By the way, I call him hubby even though we're just engaged, but it's just much easier than saying fiancé. I much rather take a subscription, to be honest. Pardon the coughing. Well, someone's been busy. Oh yeah, I saw they added the faces in 6.0. It was so good. It makes it easier to figure out who's speaking. Why is there a naked dude in there? Oh. 4 then. And you would bar my way, would you? So be it. Come, Nituk, lend me your strength. I am not okay with that thing in the Ultima. No. Close but no. Oh, shame. I've never been good at that kind of games. Sadly. It seems we've been afforded an impromptu field test. Ready all battle data begin test sequence 2.0. Oh, it was 5. Shame. Oh, I got new ability. Oh, they got Foresight in it? This one. This is AoE. AoE single target. Oh, it changed my abilities. Oh no, don't do that. I just figured out how they work and you can't then just go and change the abilities on me. That's not fair. No, you cannot. We haven't much time. I said ready the battle data, damn you. Okay. Loading data sample 14. I'm sorry. Such is life. It's full of disappointments. If you would bar my way, then you will feel the fury of Nidhogg. What's this? Oh. How to say in Norwegian, will you marry me? I have no idea, I do not speak Norwegian. I don't know what their word is for married. It might be the same as ours or something similar, but I'm not sure. Also, I think I know what you're trying to do. You're gonna make me say it, and then you're gonna say yes. Right? You're being sneaky. I am losing so much health. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. Oh, these are the skills Nitok used when he possessed Istinian in Heavensward? That is amazing. Okay. Ooh, that's... I like the music. It's very... like end of the world-ish. Oh. He killed all of them for me. And I am dying. I am going to die. Shoot. But I don't have any way to heal myself. Okay, hold on. Oh no. I'm gonna make me do all of this again. Skip the cutscenes, please. And this one. Oh, very easy, please, so we can get through this. It's always nice that it offers me that as a backup. Okay. Gotta kill them quick. Yeah, I was trying to. But Abe, you've done dungeons with me. You know, I don't do anything quickly. I am very scatterbrained most of the time. And honestly, like, is it really an instance if I don't die at least once? Focus on the armor first, all my stuff. I thought Vikings always keep their word. Oh, you met the very wrong Vikings, honey. That's... We are very shady. Our social rules are all fucked up. So if you go by, like, Viking rules, I am obligated to give you something to wash your face. Like, a bowl of water to wash your face if you ever visit. That is kind of the Viking rule, I remember. We mostly keep our promise if we promise to kill you. We're very good with that one. It's the rest that are kinda, you know, guidelines. More than rules. Go this way. After all, the Icelandic Vikings are basically the people who saw Haraldur become king of Norway and went, fuck this shit, and left. And found just the worst place ever to live. Like, growing things here is difficult. They mostly lived on sheep. It was just difficult life all over. We just have stubbornness issues. Do I have an Instagram account? I do, but I have barely any photos in it. I'm trying to remember to post photos in it. I do have a YouTube where I do lore videos for Final Fantasy. I do have a Twitter where I sometimes post something. I'm very lazy on social media. But my job is being social all day, so I think that's the reason. Okay, I need to be quick to kill the thingies. Wait, you have a Twitter account? I would hope so. You are free to follow me on Twitter if you like. Okay. I really like the music in this fight. I think this is the same music we had when fighting Nito. Trying to remember your password. Remembering passwords is just a pain. When I decided to use it for my YouTube account, I had to like search through multiple passwords because I originally made a Twitter account for a mandatory assignment in my teaching school. Because apparently all teachers have to have a Twitter, even though we used it once and never again. Same music as Ultim at the end of 2.0. Oh, that makes sense. It's just really familiar. They make such good music in this game. It's not fair. I swear it slowly is ruining every other game for me, because when I go into like epic scenes and the music is kind of like, you just sit there going like, oh man, this could be so much better. It's used as a leitmotif. What is a leitmotif, by the way? Like, I know it's supposed to be like a reference back to old songs, but the word is so weird. Like, I think it's supposed to like cast, like get you to feel old feelings. Oh, I have my... Oh. There we go.
Taste my lance.
Nice. That was very nice. Oh, please don't make the thing on top of the scream again, though. It's like no. Oh, I don't like that one. I really don't. That is so gross. Garleans and their machina. Now, where are you guys? Leitmotif is when you use a bit of song attached to something that happened before, and chains incorporated to generate memories related to the first time it appears. Okay, that makes sense. That's really good that they use it that way. It's nice we have somebody else who also has these memories.
You're right.
Oh yeah, we are definitely not okay. Just saying. So not okay. What we saw, nuh-uh. Garleans be creepy.
Peer into my past, did you?
Not on purpose. Do not choose to do so. But yes.
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours, but no matter. Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived. It was then that Xenos took his leave, citing boredom.
Yep.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit. Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
It beggars belief, aye. but no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds.
I hope you find somebody who's willing to marry you. Won't be me, but hopefully somebody nice.
My concerns are far more prosaic. With the Emperor dead and the Crown Prince missing, the Empire is in disarray.
Wait, so Xenos just left?
Until order is restored,
Oh.
assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose. Riol has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
That means he has a plan of some sort.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did, but we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention. He didn't elaborate, but the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something. Lest you worry, I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
Well, it's nice to have one less foe to worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead.
I would prefer if you do not text me on Twitter. I'm not a very chatty person.
Speaking of which, I'll see that Riol and our shinobi are made aware. Though we still know next to nothing, it can't hurt to be vigilant.
I am concerned about this.
Well then.
What item is missing from the
I
capital?
believe I've fulfilled my part of the bargain.
That's true, but with the Archon still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Please, Estinian. Don't go.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
I guess somebody has to watch over his guard.
Thank you for your help then, Estinian. I see why Alphino admires you so.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
I try not to. Because it's not up to me. It's a problem.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
Yeah, Kryl was very sneaky there. He's little like hint hint, nudge nudge. Alfie admires you a lot. Maybe you should help us. You must be shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and rest for a while? I'm sure Backluke can manage without you. They've got enough science to help them, if you ask me. Alright. And so ends 5.1, I believe. Meanwhile, in Garlemald. Civil War. Traitors! You would dare deny Lord Nevra the throne? Oh dear God. Wait, no. Ah! Oh. Why are you like this, Garlemald? Onward before this day is done. Victory shall be ours. Boring, boring, boring. Do you think I find it amusing? Like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse? That you? You're soulless. Who are you? Before your majesty, I am but another dog, lost in want of a new master. A hunting dog, if you should wish it so. But I know full well the prey you would seek next. So dear. Who is this? The only one in white we know of is Elizabeth, but Xenos would recognize him, because he has seen his soul before. So if this is a soul he's never seen, it's someone else. Meanwhile, in Yulmore in the first, it's the jailer. I don't know. The jailer seems to be everywhere. All the way back to Warcraft 3, in fact. Did you hear? The mayor reopening Daedalus Stonework, and they're looking for laborers. At least I think you're making WoW reference there. There's talk of resettling some of the old abandoned villages too. They're even laying on free talents to help anyone willing to make the move. Free talents? Ah, we best get packing. Steady work, boarding and lodging. If that's not the recipe for hope, I don't know what is. Hope. Is somebody who can travel between the worlds? Oh no, okay, this is... you okay? Yes, so long as I yet live, I would see that feeble flame rekindled. Why was the music so ominous? It is my destiny to see our dreams fulfilled. Wayward warrior, that's not Albert. Game, why do you do this to me? Alright. I swear they, like, before every patch, like, before they plan every patch, they just sit there going like, how could we make the wait the most, like, the optimal torture for everybody playing this? And I'm really glad I only have to wait a week. So, next Sunday, we're gonna continue, I think, on with the main story. Hold on, I had like a thing written down somewhere. No, next week we're gonna do the 8-man trials. So next week is 8-man trials, then we're gonna get into 5.2. So I think it's gonna be very fun. So thank you for being here. I hope you have a lovely week, and that you join me for more fun on Friday, where we play some horror games, and for more Final Fantasy on Sunday. But for now, I hope you have a lovely day, and that I will see you next time. Bye bye!